Hey, Samore Love, you have now tuned into my Housewives of Atlanta recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe, please, because this is my whole new channel that I had to start from the bottom. So subscribe if you were subscribed to my channel before and you haven't gotten an opportunity to subscribe to this channel as yet. I also have a new entertainment news channel, which I will link down below. And of course, on Mondays, I always do my Real House, no, that's not the name of it, my Love and Hip Hop recaps for Hollywood, or any type of Love and Hip Hop. I always have that on my fashion, beauty, lifestyle channel. So just make sure you don't miss any of my recaps that I'll be doing. But all other recaps will be on this channel. So once again, it has the same name, but it is a completely new channel. So you're probably not subscribed if you were subscribed before. And it is really vital and crucial that you definitely share this video everywhere so that people can start getting awareness and know that I'm starting all over again. Alright, so now that that's being said, I wanted to go ahead and get into this recap. Alright, so I feel kind of like this was, I don't want to necessarily say a filler episode because it had some little high points in there, but it wasn't nothing too like super ratchet, oh my gosh, you know, type of thing going on. It was more so like, okay, we're watching, this is what is happening. I don't know, that's kind of how I felt. And also I was watching two shows at the same darn time. I was watching this as well as the AMAs. So I'm like, maybe they didn't want to put all the good stuff out because the AMAs, they already know that's going to be taking over the airways. I remember sometimes when certain awards come on, they don't even show like Real Housewives of whatever. They don't show them because they know that a lot of viewers are going to be watching it. But thank goodness to the trusty dusty DVR that I was able to watch both. Or I'm in the process of watching the other one as well. So I'll probably do a recap of that as well. And it'll most likely be on the other channel, but I'm not really sure. We'll decide later. Anyways, so Kandi and Portia, they're talking about the party from last week for Cynthia. And Portia said that Cynthia was a little Nene, and now she's like baby Kenya Moore. And I thought that was kind of funny because I remember she used to always refer to when she had her little bad moments as she's being, or she had her little Nene on her shoulder or some crap like that, if you guys remember from last season. And they kind of just spilling some juice about the party and everything that went down and how Apollo ended up apologizing to Miss Kenya Moore about lying about every single thing for 2 years. Like, how you uphold a lie for that long? Now it kind of seemed like Kenya Moore was right when she was saying, I'm the one giving you a storyline. You know, I'm the one giving you ratings. You need to cut me a check. So she actually was right because without her, he wouldn't have really had much to talk about except him and Phaedra. In the beginning, him and Phaedra were good, so it was nothing to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? So she actually was right at the end of the day, even though all of us thought she was stupid and wasn't really making any darn sense. So now Kenya, she's talking to her aunt, and her aunt tells her that she has to kill the girls with kindness. She kind of, whoa, that was kind of pretty bright. I don't know how the hell that happened just now. Let me try to put that down a little bit. I was like blown away real quick. I kind of almost want to turn it off, but then I feel like I'm going to be too dark, but whatever. Alright, I want you guys to be able to see me okay. Even though I know there's a little glare in the glass, and sorry about that. Anyway, so now the cat's out the bag, and everyone knows about Kenya Moore and how this dude was lying for all this long time. So a lot of people are saying that they kind of feel like they want to apologize. Like Cynthia was saying that she feels like she owes Kenya an apology, and when Kandi told Phaedra what had happened, what went down at the party, she looked like she was embarrassed. First of all, I didn't like her makeup. I feel like the black on her eyes were way too dark, just to put that out there in the space. And okay, so now she looked like she was just like, oh my God. Like she was like that she really needs to go over, I got something right here. She really needs to go over and give her an apology. So now they introduce Claudia officially, and she tells us all about her different accolades that she has accomplished, that she has under her belt. And she also mentions that she's biracial. Her mother is from Italy, I believe she said. And her father, I suppose, of course, would be black. And She also mentions that she's single, so I guess that's why her and Kenya Moore make such a good team, because they're both single. They both can be a little wild and crazy from what she was showing. Like, she was showing different crazy sides of herself. And she also mentions that she's known Kenya for 10 years. So supposedly this is a real friendship. Supposedly. Nene, she goes to Portia's house, and they're also spilling the tea so that she can kind of catch up and everything. Since you know, Nene was away doing her thing. She was getting her acting on Broadway. Well, yeah. Yeah, so now she finds out about everything that went down with the whole Apollo situation, and how she found out that Phaedra wants to apologize, and she's just like, why is Phaedra gonna apologize? She was like, at the end of the day, they were still doing a whole bunch of ratchet mess when Kenya was saying that he looks good, and she also was going in the pool with him. Like, at the end of the day, they were still being very inappropriate. So why exactly would I go and apologize to you? Yeah, it doesn't make too much sense. And I totally agree with Nene. Well, I mean, I half agree with Nene. The only thing I would apologize for is calling her a hoe all the time. Well, not even, because she kind of was having some hoe activities, you know, the way she was doing certain things. What can you apologize for? You can apologize for the names that you called her for the certain things that you thought that she did based on what Apollo had said to her, and not investigating a little further. But at the end of the day, that is your husband, and you expect him to tell you the truth at all times. But unfortunately, that was not the case or the issue. So now we have who we had next. We had Apollo. He went to go see his lawyer to kind of, I feel like he wants to, well, not, I don't feel like, he does want to make sure that he gets something. If she were to file a divorce, he doesn't want to be incarcerated while she's doing it, because he knows that he won't have to really sign anything, and she can take everything, house, home, everything. So the lawyer just suggests that they speak privately. I guess he's like, okay, you have all these cameras on you. I don't really want to say everything that I want to say right now. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like, people fail to realize this is a reality show. Like, you're putting all your business out there, but there's certain things that has to be kept confidential. So, yeah, Apollo says that he loves his wife. He really would love to work it out, but he just despises her actions is what he does. And the lawyer just seems like he's skeptical about the whole relationship. He doesn't really feel like it's going to really work out with them two. So I guess he's going to give him some steps that he can take in order to make sure he's good. Because, yeah, because Apollo's just like, all right, if I get out of jail, I don't want to have to end up working at McDonald's and maybe possibly resort back to, no. Now he's trying to make it seem like that's going to cause him to resort back into the bad person the person that he is right now. Nah, because you had a good life or a decent life, and you still chose to do the wrong way. So it's like, it's almost like that's what he wants to do. That's all you know. Now you're going to try to put an excuse behind it. Come on, that's BS, pure BS. So now, following that, Todd's daughter, she's there from New York. She's going to be staying with Candy and everybody. They're going to have this blended family. And Riley's also there. And they kind of have like a family meeting where they're talking about chores and stuff. And I just feel like Riley was just like, this dude trying to come up in here and just switch up everything now. Like, who do you think you are? Like, the faces she was giving him, it was priceless. Like, she was giving everybody. It was just like priceless. And she was, I don't know, it was just like she was looking at his daughter, and she just, her facial expressions were telling it all. Like, she didn't even really have to say anything. Then his daughter, she says that, Kayla, she says that she used to be out until 1, 2 o'clock. I mean, she is 18, even though she doesn't really look 18. She looks really young for her age. I mean, just facials to me, it just seemed a little bit younger. So Riley's like, there's nothing for you to really do out here. I know that you were in New York. I'm like, Riley, you want to talk now? Excuse me. So she's like, and then Kayla just was like, yeah, when you turn my age, you're going to understand. And then Riley was about to say something, but she kind of held her tongue back a little bit for a minute. And her mom's like, no, go ahead, say it. I'm like, messed up now. She was like, well, I would be in college. Like saying, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing when I'm 18 because I'm gonna do what I wanna do when I wanna do it because I'm gonna be in college. Is pretty much what she was saying without really saying it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, girl, the shade is real. She throwing dirt and shade in that direction, just blinding the girl with a little bit of everything. I was just like, dang, yeah. Hopefully this gets better because right now, Riley needs to really calm that down. And then, Todd was saying, okay, let's kind of give you guys an allowance based on, I guess, the chores that they do. And Riley's like, I don't want no allowance. She's like, that's going to put a cap on my money. And then he was like, what about a $10 allowance type of thing? And she's just like, how about $100 a week? I'm like, dang, girl, I wish I had $100 a week back in the day. Can I get some allowance? I'm saying, you know? But, yeah, you can tell that she's used to getting what she wants and, you know, talking to her mother and pretty much getting what it wants. And her mother did say it in the last episode that she kind of, well, when Todd and Candy was talking, that she kind of makes up for not being there all the time by giving her whatever it is that she wants. So now Cynthia is, it seems like she's now trying to be the turn-up housewife, I guess, because Nene done calms herself down a little bit and Portia's not there. Well, Portia's there, but, you know, she ain't there. Now she wants to be the turn-up queen. And even Kenya Moore kind of, well, it seems like she's calmed it down just a little bit. So, yeah, she's trying to take that role over because I guess it's vacant right now. So she goes to meet up with Portia. Portia was in the wrong because she was like an hour late, and as she didn't apologize, she just came, sat down, and Cynthia was just like, okay, are you going to apologize? Are you going to go out and come back in? And I'm like, well, hold on, wait a minute, Cynthia. Who are you? What you doing, girl? It was like she was cutting her off, and I was just like, girl, you done changed. Who the hell are you? And then she goes, Cynthia, she just kept on being super rude throughout the whole time, like saying little things. Like every time Portia tried to say something, she would say things that sometimes the things she was saying didn't even make no sense. Like, she's like, oh, I didn't expect you to invite me to your thing. She's like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't have expected me to. She's like, but hold on, I just said that. What are you saying? You know, what are you saying, Cynthia? Like, if you're going to be the turn-up girl, you got to get your lines right. You gotta know what you're talking about. You got to be ready. You can't, oh my gosh, she needs a tutorial, guys. She really does need a tutorial on how to be the turn-up crazy girl for the Real Housewives. I'm just saying. So it really didn't end well. Nothing was really accomplished. It was just like a waste of time, and Cynthia ended up walking away. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. Like I said, it was nothing really too like crazy that stuck out to me in this particular episode. We'll see what happens in the next one. But once again, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.